Hey everybody, welcome! This was our first overlanding trip, our maiden voyage with our Ursa Minor camper top. We left Austin on February 28th and headed down to Big Bend. We left after work, and the Fort Lancaster scenic overlook is about 4.5 hours out of Austin on our way to Big Bend. We got to stop there for the night. There's no charge for the campsite. You can sleep in your vehicle basically, so we popped up the Ursa Minor and spent our first night in it. We woke up, we made some coffee, and had a much more enjoyable 3-hour ride the rest of the way down to Big Bend. We arrived in the Persimmon Gap Visitor Center where we got some information and then took off to hike the park. On our first hike, it was a 5-mile hike out and back to the window. We have been to Big Bend in the past, we just didn't get to hike the Chisos Basin. This trip in particular, we cobbled together about a week prior to leaving. We were able to get 3 backcountry campsites where we can take the vehicle out. You need a high clearance vehicle to get to these campsites. The campsites were Grapevine Hills 3, which was nothing. It was just a regular campsite drive-in. You couldn't see a whole lot. There was a lot of scrub in the way, so the views weren't the greatest. The second night, we spent in Paint Gap 3, which was a much better campsite. I had some views, got to see some mountains, that type of deal. It was kind of quiet out there. It was a great night that we had. And on a third night, we were in Pine Canyon 5. That site was amazing. There was nobody around us. There was views, 360 degrees. We had a great night out there. We would highly recommend Pine Canyon 5. Our second day in the park, we were going to hike up to Emory Peak and then back out. Once we got up to Emory Peak, on our way back, we decided to go and do the South Rim. So we did a 15-mile hiking day, which was a little much for us. We were kind of beat when we got back, but we did get back in before the sun went down, and it was a great day. There's a lot to see out there. It's an absolutely beautiful hike. The third day we were there, we went and drove the Ross Maxwell Scenic Drive. That took us down to the Santa Elena Canyon. We did a little hike down there, and then we came back through Old Maverick Road, did a little bit of off-roading that way. It's a rough road. It's a little bit rough for a standard car. If you have a vehicle with high clearance, you should have no problem with it. We never use the 4-wheel drive on that road. On the last day before we left, we were told of a place to go off of another backcountry road, and we got to Ernst Tinaha Canyon, or it's Ernst Tinaha Camp, the camp area. We parked there and we took a short hike for some amazing views. I didn't even know the stuff existed back here in Big Bend, but I highly recommend that you hit this up if you're out there, Ernst Tinaha Camp, and then just hike out. It's just a short hike, maybe a mile round trip. Amazing views. Here's some video of our hikes and some mild off-roading. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And again, enjoy.